What's up, guys? This is Micah. I got a cool little lick that I wanted to share with you today, and this is an idea that is coming that I'm going to be sharing in a whole lot deeper way in my new course on using your entire guitar fretboard. And this is actually going to be one of the extra the bonus type of courses in there. It's going to be on lead and dissecting leads and stuff like that. Now, this is a simple little idea that really it comes out of your 6-string bar chord here, okay? And this is, I just used the concept of A because we always like A, right? And here's the chord right here. This is an A chord, okay, on the 5th fret. And really where we're zeroing in is not here and not here, but these 4 strings, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those 4 strings. And then what we're doing is we're taking a little bit of the pentatonic scale, and when we play this first part of the chord here, and then we take these two notes right here, we play those together, and we hammer on to this note right here, okay? And this is part of your pentatonic scale, your A pentatonic scale. So we have the chord, then you take these two, you play them together, and then you hammer on to this note right here, okay? And then you release that hammer on and you pick the same strings again. You can see I'm playing my second and first string, hammering on that second string, and then I'm playing the same ones again. And then the next thing that happens is we move back to here, this area right here, and we play this note and this note together. Now this note is another piece of your pentatonic scale. So if I were to fill in these 2 notes that we're using, this note is a part of the pentatonic scale, and this note is a part of the pentatonic scale. So we're not talking about the entire pentatonic pattern. We're just talking about pieces of the scale that fits around the chord that we're playing. And then, so we do the same idea. We play these 2, hammer on to here, and then we take these 2 and we hammer on to here, okay? If you'll notice, this dot right here is red. This is an A note. Like I said, we're playing an A chord, right? Okay? And then this note right here, when we got to here, this note is an E note, okay? If you think about, if you were to think about this being a D chord here, we just move it up, D, D sharp, E. So we're playing a piece of an E chord when we do that. So we play this A, then we play this piece of this E chord, and we're hammering on right there. And then we can go to an E chord, the actual E chord. And we could do the same. We could use those same 2 notes for hammering on here. So when we're playing this little chord here, this E chord, we're hammering on, we can hammer on right there, or we could also still use that one if we wanted to. It would be like, or, so we have the A, that's A, and then we go to the E, we can move that E back to the D, E, D sharp, D. Oop. And we could play A here, or back to that A there if we want to. So just the idea is really here. this chord with this little hammer on here and then move it back to that piece of the pentatonic. And what I like to do when I learn something like that is get used to using it around my guitar. So if I was going to learn this with A, I could move it up here to the E. I can move it to the D. And move back to the A. Back to that E, right? So anytime you're learning a lick or a piece of a lead or even an entire lead, I feel like people sell themselves short when they just learn to play a lead and this fret, this fret, this fret, this fret, that kind of stuff, rather than understanding what's going on underneath. So we end up playing, when we're playing guitar, we end up playing a lot of, just chord pieces. So not these big chords that we learn to play. We end up playing small pieces. And we need to get used to using those small pieces and understanding what they are. Understanding that I could think of these two notes together right here as I'm playing A. So if I got an A here, okay, so you could just jump into the up here. Okay, we went into a D. We go into the E. You see what I'm saying? We want to learn to see not just big chords, and we want to learn to see not just scale patterns. We need to learn they mingle, they intertwine with each other, and it's very, very helpful when we learn to look at our guitar like that, as chord pieces and pentatonic pieces, not looking at this big scale, not looking at this big chord, but taking them and looking at them for what they are. Because usually when you're playing a lead or learning a lick or all this and that, it's fitting over a chord. Not usually, it's always fitting with a chord, and understanding how those things fit together and getting used to it in common, practical music and progressions and stuff like that. It's a big, big thing. So anyways, my diagram's looking kind of sloppy now, but I hope you got a little bit out of that. I'm going to be going into some really cool detail with that, and I'm actually going to be using my computer with fretboard diagrams and stuff like that, and my guitar, showing you what's going on with things, with different leads and different licks that players use all the time. And that's some really famous type guitar songs that we all like to hear, that are really cool, that really sound like lead guitar guy stuff. So we're going to be working on that in the upcoming program, and it's going to be a deep dive into this type of stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, stay on the lookout, because I am working on it, I promise. It's coming along. It's taking a little longer than I thought it would, but it is coming. So keep a lookout for that, and I will see you guys in the next lesson.